Alright everyone, welcome to What If Deku Was a Humanoid Kaiju. Now for all my peeps who mess with Kaiju number 8, this vid is for you. Basically, we are just going to be going over what if Deku had Kafka's powers or what if Deku was Kafka's reincarnation. Now my last video on my commentary stuff was a hot minute ago. But we are going to get back to commentary videos because I got a new mic and a laptop. W parents, by the way. And soon I will be giving a full setup tour once my room is done. But I will be having a special guest joining us today to help with the commentary video, and you will see him later on in the video. But yeah, with that being said, enjoy What If Deku Was a Kaiju. Alright, so let's just skip when Deku was born and go straight into his childhood. So how am I going to start this? I got it. Okay, so we're going to keep it simple. Deku's going to start off quirkless, and the story is just going to play out how it did in canon, except for one little tweak. Bakugo in the story is never going to be mean to Deku and actually stay friends with him throughout their childhood. Now, I'm not saying we aren't going to have regular old cocky Bakugo. It's just his relationship with Deku that's going to change. So, let's time skip, until they're 16 in middle school. Wait, no. Were they 15? Hold up. Let me search it up real quick. Okay, so when they were 15, we're going to skip to when Deku is walking in the sewers. Laughing like, oh, man, yeah. Yeah, no, classic Deku. And then the sewer cover would fly open, and a little fly-type bug would just be floating in front of Deku. Deku was just like, oh, it's a little bug. I can squash this and get out with my day. But when he tries and gets close to the bug is like, I found you. Like how the bug was in Kaiju number 8. I found you. And then he would proceed to absolutely flies into Deku's mouth and go through his throat and go straight into his body. And then Deku, this man just starts tweaking. I mean, his veins would be blue. He just starts spazzing on the ground like he's having a midway seizure. What do you mean it's a midway seizure? But yeah, he just starts spazzing, and then All Might hears, and I mean, wait, no. How is he gonna show up? He's not following a sludge villain. You know what? Let's just say this. Let's just say this flybug was a huge villain and All Might was chasing. Yeah, let's go with that. So All Might pulls up and would be like, I am here? Then he turns to see Deku in his kaiju form just standing there. And then All Might immediately goes into the offensive mode. He squares up ready to box. And then would proceed to say, stop right there, villain. In this All Might type voice. And then just rushes at Deku, cocking his fist back, charging a smash. Pause. Then Deku peeps and it's like, yo, chill, I'm not a villain. But before he can finish his sentence, All Might yells, Texas smash! Classic All Might. He would proceed to throw an air punch, sending a fist of air towards him. And Deku instantly gets a reaction yo, I gotta dodge this, or else I'm gonna get cooked. And then Deku blocks and gets sent through the tunnel, but he catches himself, flips, and lands on the ground before looking up, and All Might will be right there with another fist cocked back. And then he yells, Detroit smash! But Deku gets a sense and cocks back his fist and clashes with All Might, making a huge shockwave, blowing everything back. Then All Might is like, you're strong, villain. And then Deku is still confused, bro, I'm not a villain. But All Might won't listen for none of that. And then All Might is like, but your time is here. And then proceeds to kick Deku in the gut, send him flying through the air. Deku spits out saliva, and All Might just pushes to him in the air, throwing a punch that Deku dodges. But All Might turns and kicks Deku back into the ground. Then Deku pants for air before All Might lands and towers above him and is like, any last words, villain? And then Deku's human face shapeshifts out of his kaiju form. And he's like, chill, I'm not a villain. And then All Might is like, oh crap, I messed up. And then Deku goes back into human form, but non-injured. and that brings relief to All Might, and he helps Deku up to his feet and starts apologizing frantically. He asks how did Deku get into that monstrous form, and Deku also explains the whole situation, how he got the kaiju powers, and what happened in general. And after all that, All Might just leaves Deku, and Deku just goes on with the rest of his day. And since I said there was no sludge villain, Bakugo never gets attacked, and Deku never gets recognized by All Might. I'm planning on who to get one for all, since obviously it's not going to be Deku, like, it can't be Deku because he has the kaiju powers, and that would just make him insanely broken. So, you know what? I'm going to just give it to Bakugo, since if I give it to Mirio, the series will be over, like, the overhaul arc. So yeah, we just gonna give it to Bakugo. So now we are gonna skip to the 10-month training period where Deku will just learn how to control his kaiju form to the point where he can summon it on instant and absorb it back swiftly. And then the day would come for the UA entrance exam. So Deku would meet up with Bakugo. They would have a great dap up and just head inside for the written portion of the exam. We're just gonna skip past this part and go straight to the robot portion of the exam. And Deku was just like, dang, that's a big door. And then he would see this girl who was trying to calm herself down. And Deku was like, let me go see what's wrong with her. And then he gets grabbed on the shoulder, and then he turns around to see Ida towering over him. And Ida's just like, hey, don't go over there and mess with that girl. And Deku would just be like, nah, man, I'm just going to the front door. And he's like, oh, okay, well, you do that. And Ida just minds his business. And then President Mike comes on the intercom and would be like, real heroes don't wait for a countdown. Go, 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 go. And then everyone would just start rushing in at the robots. And Deku uses his kaiju form on his legs to boost into the air with sound-breaking speed. And then he dashes down to one of the robots and just kicks one apart. It just goes on a robot massacre, just destroying any robot he sees in his path, just stacking points. And after a while of that, yeah, rumble, rumble, big robot, Zero towering over everyone. So everyone starts running away, and then Deku is just like, yup, that is my cue to leave. But then he hears a scream from Ochako, who is trapped under some rocks, about to get crushed. So Deku, being the saving kid he is, he blitzes in at full kaiju form, dashes past Ochako, jumps in the air with his fist cocked back, and lightning charging around it. And then he just straight up destroys the 0-pointer with one punch. I mean, he stole Saitama's whole flow. And a huge shockwave would happen. Then he lands on the ground, and his kaiju form just looking sick. And Oshaku is just checking him out. And he's like, wow, awesome. Then after that, Deku deforms and was like, I did it. Then the UA entrance exam was finished. And after that, we are going to say this was off screen. Deku and Ochako got closer and, hooked up. Yeah, let's just time skip a few weeks later where Deku would be training his quirk and all. Deku would be training his quirk and all. And later that day, the letter would be today, and Izuku's bomb would just burst into Deku's room and would be all happy and excited and would be like, Izuku, 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 the letter came. And Deku hearing this, he would be ecstatic and instantly grab the letter and would open it to him being accepted in by All Might. So now we are going to skip to when the first day of UA High begins, and that is where we're going to end part 1 of What If Deku Was a Kaiju. Make sure to like and sub, and part 2 will be out tomorrow. Who knows? But yeah, that's it. Love you guys. Peace.